Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Chris. I want to talk about the new Dead Space trailer that came out today, and I want to watch it with you guys for the first time, and also just give my background a little bit about like how much I love Dead Space. So Dead Space, when it came out, right, super cool. It was 2008 or so. I don't know if most of the people watching this video were even alive then, or I'm just like the oldest, crustiest boomer who still uses social media and isn't just locked into their 9 to 5 job only exclusively. There was a lot of survival horror games that came out before this, you know, in the late 90s to mid 2000s. But it kind of stopped, right? Like you'd have games that were like Resident Evil 4 and 5, which were just, they were awesome. Don't get me wrong. They just really cranked up the action levels. It felt less like a survival horror game where you had to be careful about your ammo management and more like a Michael Bay movie with maybe a little less lens flares, or J.J. Abrams, I guess, with lens flares. Those are your two options. So it became a lot less about the strategy and stuff, and Dead Space kind of brought that back to the forefront. Super cool game. You get to use a pistol that just cuts through everything. All the weapons in the game are supposed to kind of be like useful things on your spaceship, and they kind of almost have like a practical application. The UI interface is super cool. Like you can just look at your guy and see how he's doing and how much ammo he has. It's not like 7 other screens that are telling you information, and it really lets you focus on the creepy ship. So speaking of that, let's watch the trailer. Okay, so this is the new trailer that came out today. I haven't watched it yet.
USG Ishimura, this is the emergency maintenance team of the USG Killian responding to your distress call.
Okay, so, yeah. Also, the setting in the first one, right? You're coming back to the spaceship because it was mining a planet. And that's like the late stage capitalism. Amazon's just going to build spaceships and like rare earth or rare mineral, like they're just going to try to find more like silicon or something in space. And just like, or whatever, you know, things rare earth metals your computer parts need. And they're just going to like blow up planets and mine the core. I always thought that was a really cool idea too. Kind of like, yeah, I mean, I guess what is the next step once you're done with all the other things on Earth? So they have all these ships out there, right? And your job is to go into the mining ship. And this looks cool. Like the lighting and stuff looks cool. I'm also watching on Twitter, so maybe it's not the best video quality. Okay, we got the health bar.
What have you got, Isaac?
This is the first area where you land your ship. It does look spooky still.
Fix the centrifuge. Get the fuel running.
Yep, we're trying to get back to the ship and fix all the parts. Oh, they're the crazy people. Oh, the Symphonist room, the cut off the limbs room. Called it.
This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan. Medical
Oh,
is
there's a
overwhelmed.
plasma cutter, baby.
We need help.
Some parts of this game, there's probably also a lot of people who really enjoy this game but were traumatized by it when it came out because it was such a insanely over-the-top violent game. And some parts of it were, you know, because you can just try to cut off their limbs. And not a lot of other games really focused on, like, if you shoot someone on the arm, like, their arm comes off. Like, that's a crazy thing to have happen. This game probably scarred, like, a generation of people like 5 or 6 years younger than me who are probably too young to be playing this game and played it anyways. Yeah, some of this imagery is like
Overwhelmed. We need help.
just like body bags and dead people. And then of course the monsters that are just reassembled humans. Oh, okay, there's a necromorph. Oh my gosh, it looks so much like the original. Obviously more detail and texture, but hey, get away from me, dude. It looks really pretty. Yeah, see, and that's the technical limitations of this game at the time, right? I should listen to the audio, huh? The technical limitations of this game at the time. Kind of like the outside parts of the ship and the textures and the environments. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Oh, dude, fuck. Man, fuck this guy. These guys in particular, this guy who could just burst through everything. You can tell the details better. His suit looks cool. His suit's got a lot more stuff going on. Oh no. Well, still seems scary.
Humanity.
Dude, fuck that arm chase scene. We just have to shoot the little explodey bits, and you don't know that the first time. It's so stressful when this happens, but it's such a cool scene. Okay, the marker.
I think it's me. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening.
You don't say.
Nicole?
You don't say it's falling apart, Nicole. Yeah, I also enjoy that part of the story where it's like the psychological part of it, the horror that goes along with it. They obviously are heavily inspired by like Event Horizon and other sci-fi movies, but man, this does look really good. The lighting looks good in here. The details, the disgusting floor. This guy's got some Dark Souls shoes on. Okay. Oh wow, it's in January? I didn't think it was in January. That's soon. Is this just for YouTube? This blank box on Twitter just for it's for Motive. I'm not sure what Motive has done before. Let's see. So if I Motive games, what have they done before? So like a Motive Studio. They're founded by Jade Raymond. Yeah, I remember she went to go work for Stadia. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Battlefront 2, okay. That game had a lot of issues. But not really with the gameplay. Like, it always looked cool. Squadrons was interesting, but I don't really like flying games. Okay, I guess this is like their third one. Okay, yeah. Okay, January 27th. Well, good. I got a little bit of time to go back through and play at least 1 and 2. The only thing I have is, it's going through EA. So it's like you don't really know how how like respectful they're going to be of the original stuff. Just because they have had a horrible track record specifically. Like if you actually search Visceral Games, they got shut down by EA. They went defunct. They were a game studio for 24 whole years. And in 2009, they changed their name. But they did a lot of games, right? Yeah. I don't know what Cyber Tiger is, but... Oh. Okay, well, I want to play that game now. Never heard of it before. Future Cop LAPD, dude, that seems sick. We got F1 Championships, more Tiger PGA Tour. Oh my god, this game was so sick, dude. I love this game. I love the Lord of the Rings game. They have Agent Under Fire, bro. Like, how could you shut down the people that bring you this? The Godfather 2, that game was sick. Okay, here's their parting after they did some Sims expansions, My Sims on DS. They're like, no, this year, 2008, we were nice guys. 2009, not so much. We were making Sims, but now we're making Dead Space. I guess they made Dead Space before, but then they made Dante's Inferno. That game was actually really cool. I didn't know they made this one. The Sims 3 expansion, Dead Space 2, of course, and 3. Man, they really cranked those out in 2 years. I don't know what Endgame is. Oh, yeah. I remember that was like the last one they made, right? Yeah, and they were going to have a Star Wars title. Unfortunate. But then EA shut them down. But then they like gave their studio to Motive Games, I guess. Anyway. So it looks like Mr. Hideo Kojima retweeted this. Let's see if some of the comments have multiplayer from Dead Space 2. True, they should have that. That was a really cool idea. It's kind of like Left 4 Dead, where you had enemy types and stuff. Let's see. Bring back to the original cover and giving an update. True, that was a really cool. Like, imagine going in a game store as a little kid and seeing like a severed arm. That was rad. I don't think they could get away with this today. It doesn't really look too much like a remake. They keep saying remake, but it looks like a remaster. This guy's not wrong. The animations are the same. Looks incredible. Shame it isn't launching during spooky season. True. There is this game also called the Callisto Protocol. It's made by this Crafton people and Crafton. Nope. Sorry, excuse me. Striking Distance Studios. I was trying to look. Yeah, Glenn Schofield. Yeah, he was the guy who co-created it. Yeah, he's a very cool guy and very smart guy. And they're making this new game that looks really cool. I guess it comes out soon. I didn't realize it came out so soon. Okay. But yeah, Dead Space. Hold on. So yeah, the new trailer looks cool. It doesn't really show me much like representation of the gameplay. I know there's some gameplay out there. It doesn't really look too much like a remake from the ground up with any kind of different art style. But you know what? I'm excited. I'm hyped. I want to go back through Dead Space 1 and 2 before then, so I got a little bit of time. Got to try to figure out how I'm going to fit that in. And yeah, this is Chris. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.